స్టూడెంట్స్ అంటున్నారు ఒకసారి వివరవంతం కనుక్కుంటారా దానికోసం
Dilip, can you mute? If you have questions, you can ask. Okay. So at here, we have just clicked on new purchase requisition, and we have updated the details as D65 SCM implementation. Okay, that is the title which I have given this particular purchase requisition. So other than that, at here you can see the business justification reason. It's an optional. It depends on how we can utilize for like for example, there are certain workflows which can be utilized based on business justification reason. Okay. So we can access with the help of that business justification reason, we can use this. Otherwise it's optional. Okay, so currently I'm not selecting any business justification reason. I will click on add line. Okay, so when I click on add line, you can see the request are detailed. By default it populate. Define legal entity, by default it populate. Receiving operating unit, you can see it's populate as sales and marketing. So from where the sales and marketing is populating, from HR module, you can see this particular department. Okay, and if I want to change the legal, operating unit, you can click on this particular drop down. You can see finance, IT, and legal. These are the three departments which I have mapped in my purchase permission. Okay. This sales and marketing is coming from HR module. HR module is where employee records will be created. Under employee records, they have predefined map the department. So those department is populating by default as sales and marketing for this particular user. Okay, that is Julia founder.
Hello.
Okay, so currently it is mapped as sales and marketing. If you want to change the receiving operating unit, you can change. Like for example, at here I am receiving for the IT department, so I just selected IT department. Okay, so next we will select the procurement category. So at here in procurement category I am selecting as office machines, computer, and I will click on OK. So this is the procurement category. So after this complete full cycle, we will create one more procurement category for fixed asset, and I will show you how we can acquire the fixed assets. Okay, so at here we need to provide the product name, like detailed description of this particular requisition, like for example laptops for training. Okay, how many quantity we want, so we will mention the quantity and the unit. At here unit in the sense unit of measure, so I will mention as each are pieces. And at here I'm not updating my unit price and net amount. Okay, so if I didn't update my unit price and net amount, we cannot proceed for the request for quotation. The reason behind this is, for request for quotation, it's definitely it should go for the workflow. Okay, so at here I don't have any workflow. Okay, so I cannot submit it. So when I'm not able to do submission, so my request for quotation button will be disabled. Okay, so if you want to go with the RFQ process, you have to make sure the request for quotation, the PR workflow should be enabled. Okay, now you can see there is a workflow. You can see when I click on a workflow, there is no workflow has been defined. Okay. So what we need to do, we need to go to the procurement sourcing workflow. I'm navigating from the recent tab. I'm just enabling the workflow as active, purchase requisition, review, versions, and I'm making as active. Okay. So at here you can see there is a error and warning message. It came over here. It's stating as the workflow uh, selected for line level element doesn't as active. So there are, you can see there are two workflows over here under the procurement sourcing workflows. You can see there are two workflows: purchase requisition for line review, purchase requisition review. So it was asking to enable both of them. So first I will enable the line. Okay. Now I will enable my purchase requisition. So what do you mean by workflow over here is nothing but the delegation of approval matrix. Like you have certain limit of approval. Like for example, if you go with the bank, if you are doing with huge number of amount of transaction, like for example, if you are drawing 10 lakhs, okay. So if the teller want to issue 10 lakhs to you, he need to take certain level of approval from his reporting manager or from branch manager. A approval process need to be taken, then only it will be issued to you. Okay. So similarly, the approval matrix is defined under the workflow, up to what level, up to what department level you need to get the approval, so you can do that. So with the help of approval, those approval matrix will be designed. Okay. So let me go to the all purchase requisition now. So we have created this 56, right? So currently it is in draft status. Okay, so this is the draft status. For PR, if the workflow is enabled, then they will be, the status of the PR will be draft, in review, approved, closed. So closed, and as well as rejected and cancelled. So total there will be a 6 status of the purchase requisition. So draft, in the sense when you create the purchase requisition, the initial status of that particular PR will be draft. Okay. In review status, when you have submitted to the workflow, the PR status will be in review. Okay. And next one is approved, when you have finalized the vendor and the amount has been updated to the I mean the unit price has been updated to the uh, this particular PR. Okay. In that case, once it is approved and the approval process is also completed, then this particular purchase requisition status will be changed to approved. Okay. And other than that, we have two more status, that is rejected and cancelled. So if any, during the workflow, if any one approval hierarchy person has been rejected the PR, then the purchase requisition status will be rejected. And cancelled, if you click on cancel, either in line level or in top under the maintenance level, currently it is disabled, as we have it is in draft state. When you click on cancel, the PR status will be changed to cancelled. For rejected and cancelled, as per standard, you cannot resubmit to the workflow. Okay. If you want to, there may be a certain requirement from the customer. They need to, even if it is cancelled, I want to use the same PR to modify it and resubmit to the workflow. That is with the help of customization, it will be done. Okay. As per standard, it is not applicable. Okay. So these are the status of purchase requisition. Now let us submit to the workflow. Please note, see at here at unit, my unit price is 0 and net amount is 0, vendor information is blank. So these three information will be auto populate from the request for quotation once I accept. So still now we have seen the purchase requisition creation, and to create purchase requisition, what are the key things that a user should be available, that we have seen it. Okay, so now let me submit to the workflow. Okay, so once I submit to the workflow, you can see the request for quotation button, currently it is disabled. So once I have submitted, this button will be enabled. So let's submit to the workflow. Okay, so at here submission comments, if you want to provide any comments by the submitter, he can update over here and he will click on submit. Okay, now you can see the status of this particular purchase requisition is in review. Okay, and now you can see on top right side, left side, you can see a new request for quotation. If I click on this request for quotation button, a form will be open and it will ask buying legal entity, for which legal entity we are creating this particular request for quotation. So at here in this particular drop down, I will select the respective legal entity, that is USMF. Okay, and we need to select this particular line and we will click on OK. Okay, so once I click on OK, my request for quotation button quotation will be generated. A quotation number will be mapped this particular purchase requisition. Okay, so we can create multiple lines with different legal entities, and we can create in one PR purchase requisition multiple legal entities also we can create it. Okay, so let me click on OK. The reason behind purchase requisition is a centralized form. Okay, this will be accessible to all the legal entities. Okay, so one PR can be base reference. We can create multiple purchase order if it is different legal entities. I will show you with two legal entities how we can create that one. Now you can see on top we have received one information mark message, request for quotation with ID 000010 created. Okay, it means the request for quotation has been created against this particular purchase requisition. Okay, even if I refresh this particular page, you can see on right side you can see the refresh icon. If you click on refresh, okay, so if you click on this particular I symbol related